Welcome to Maximize Your Monday. And today we're going to be jumping right back into the planner. And if you haven't heard, I want to share the quote of the week. So in this planner, we have a lot of sections. There's a section that goes over like a life assessment. There's a section that has a gratitude list with it. But every week we have a quote of the week as well as a declaration of the week. A really cool planner. If you want to pick it up, you can get it at maximizeyourlifeplanner.com, maximizeyourlifeplanner.com. And today's quote of the week, I have it saved with a Vietnamese $500,000. It's not a lot, guys. Don't worry. It's not a lot of money in Vietnam. If you want to look it up, go look it up how much it is and let me know in the comments how much is $500,000 of Vietnamese money. But today's quote, check this out. This is a really cool one. Someone is sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree long time ago. Someone sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago, by Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett said that quote right there. And, you know, one thing I said I wanted to do is talk about what the quote means to me. Why was that quote in particular added as one of the quotes of the week? And this, by the way, when I designed this planner, I took even the quotes into consideration. I had over 100 quotes, and I was really digging down which quotes really resonated with me and what it meant to me. And one of the first things I think about that quote, especially talking about a seed and planting the seed, that the reason you have shade right now is because someone thought about it a while back. So it comes down to cause and effect. It comes down to someone making the decision, and then the action, because of that decision that was made long ago, the action that happens today in today's world, right? The influence it has on the future, just because someone made a decision. And another thing it reminds me of is a parable that's in the good book, right? And it's talked about the reaping and sowing. So that quote, that we have shade today because someone planted a seed and planted a tree years and years and years ago, it reminds me of reaping what you sow. You know, I don't know if you ever heard that you reap what you sow. If you put in good, you're gonna get good out. If I plant a banana seed, I'm gonna get a banana out of it. I'm not gonna get something else out of it. So you reap what you sow. But also with the whole cause and effect, you also got to understand the representation of, and the symbolism of the tree itself. The tree represents someone's forward thinking, someone being a visionary, someone's looking into the future and saying, you know what? If I plant this right now, if I sow this seed right now into this ground, it's going to create a huge tree. And by the way, that's if the seed, if that seed is like, let's say an oak tree or whatever the tree may be. It might not be a huge tree, but in this example, in this quote, it's talking about shade. So obviously it's going to turn into a big tree. And that person probably forecasted that. They had forward thinking. They were thinking about the actions. And it does require effort. So you got to go dig a hole, put the seed in, but it also requires foresight, being a visionary, seeing into the future, saying, you know what, if I do this, then this will happen. And it also symbolizes actions that contribute to the long-term well-being of your life, of maybe even prosperity, depending on what kind of lesson you're talking about, because it can really come down to the well-being of your life, because we're talking about now legacy and generosity. Think about it. That person that planted that knew for a fact it was not about immediate personal gain, because especially nowadays we have this society. Nowadays we have this microwave society that people want results immediately, instantly. So the person that planted that seed years and years ago, it wasn't about them, it was about someone else. It was about the intention, being intentional with the seed, but the intention was to benefit someone else in the future. And we can go with that in so many directions. I'll give you a simple example. One direction that really comes down to, I'll give you two examples. One is my mom. My mom was born and raised in Dominican Republic. She left everything she knew in Dominican Republic, her mother, her father, to come to the United States for a better future. So she came to plant that seed in all aspects of the word. I'm her seed, right? To plant a seed in the States, plant her family in the States to create a better future, a legacy. And in that moment, she left everything she had in Dominican Republic, and she created that environment for us here. Because why? She was thinking in the future, to a point that she went back, got my father. My father then came, and then that's how the legacy started, right? So that's once again using the idea that a seed was planted for a legacy, for generosity. She wasn't thinking about herself. She was thinking about what can it do for her family, right? And that's what I love about this quote. And another thing, just to give you another example, I said I was going to give you two, is myself building my online business. There were times that I needed to say, you know what, I'm going to do this now, even though I do not see, I am not going to see the result right away, but I will see it in the future. Once again, going back to what I said earlier, having that mindset of a visionary, having that mindset of thinking in the future. And then the last thing that I want to share about that quote is the perspective of time. Like, if you really think about it, having that long-term perspective. Like, think about it, even if you look at the tree itself. I heard a quote once, I might butcher it, but it was something along the lines that we can count how many seeds are in an apple, but only God can count how many trees will come from that apple. I think I said that right. Or was I saying only we can count the seeds in apple, but only God knows how many apples will come from that seed. That's what I meant. Not trees, but apples. And it's thinking that long-term perspective. Because even if you go back to the tree, what else can a tree become? It not only creates shade, but the tree also creates wood. What does wood create? Wood could technically create a door. A wood can create a table. Wood could create a chair. You know, there's so many things that can be created through wood. Wood can create a house. So once again, it's thinking having that long-term perspective by making a decision now. What's the long-term perspective? Once again, even a more so is delayed gratification. So having that long-term perspective, but also delayed gratification. I mentioned earlier, microwave society is about creating an investment that you can be patient with. Another example, I'm giving you some stories and examples. Michael Jordan. If you look at the amount of money Michael Jordan made after his career, surpasses by far, like, a lot. I think I might be mistaken, but I believe Michael made somewhere around 20 something million, between 20 and 30 million in his career as an NBA player. But he said to himself, you know what? I may take a little bit less now, but thinking long term, if I sign this deal with Nike now, the long-term value of me having this relationship with this sneaker company can surpass my wildest dreams in the future. That deal turned into $1 billion deal. But what happened with that? It led to I'm talking about a significant outcome. Why? Because he was patient. Why? Because he didn't mind delayed gratification. So with that said, I want to end the quote portion of this message with an idea to you guys to truly, going into the new year, reflect on your actions, reflect and think about what can you plant this year? What can you plant in the new year? We're starting the new year that can benefit others in the future. Remember what I said earlier is about being selfless, not thinking about yourself, like, what am I going to get out of this seed? No, what if you can think about legacy? What if you can think about generosity? Who can benefit in the future from the seed you're planting right now? How many generations can benefit from the seed? And even more so, this is the true message I really want to leave you with, is if you think about what their need, listen to me, what their need will be, you know what the seed will be. So think of the need and plant the seed. If you are committed to planting a seed in this new year and you can see yourself, being patient, having delayed gratification, type in the comments, what is that seed? What do you want to create? What kind of seed of creativity do you want to produce? And by the way, that seed once again goes to what God placed inside you. I hope you understand that inside of you, there's greatness. You were designed in his image. He put a seed in you that's a part of him. And he said, be fruitful. What is fruit? Fruit is an organism that has a seed within. So what if you take that seed within you, develop yourself, become better, so that you, in return, make the people around you better, make your kids better. If your kids become better, your friends become better, your family becomes better, your surroundings become better, which impacts your future. How amazing is that? Now, the last thing I want to do is in the book, the planner, not only is there a quote of the week, there's a declaration of the week. And since I'm speaking life right now, I'm talking about a seed within you. I want to speak life into your future and share this week's declaration. This week's declaration is, I am a success magnet and attract success in everything I do. I love this declaration. I am a success magnet and attract success in everything I do. Think about that real quick. Magnet, attracting success in everything you do. In order to, and hear me out, in order to attract better, you have to become better. I was watching, I was on Facebook today, and a friend of mine, Carlos, he posted that. I was like, I was just talking about that last week. We did a live, and I was talking about New Year's resolution, New Year's goals, and it comes really down to you becoming better. If you want better, you have to become better. Many times people, instead of getting better, they get bitter. They become bitter with their situation. Don't become bitter with your situation. Become better with your situation. If you want to attract better, you have to become better. So if you want to be a success magnet, like this says, I am a success magnet and I attract success in everything I do. Think about that real quick. If you want to attract success in everything you do, how do you have to approach everything you do? You have to approach it in the sense that I want to become better. I want to become better at that. I'm going to become better. And if you just take one thing at a time, you just continue to become better and better and better, it will attract better people, better opportunities, better things to your life. And it's really that simple. So once again, I am a success magnet and I attract, keyword attract, success in everything I do. I don't have to chase success. I don't have to go looking for success. I attract it by who I am. So I hope this word brings value today. And if you do want to pick up the Maximize Your Life Planner, you can pick it up at www.maximizeyourlifeplanner.com. I want to thank you so much for your time. If you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button, click like, share, comment, all that good stuff. If you found value, you think someone can find value with today's quote or today's declaration, comment their name down below, share this with them. And once again, I hope you guys have a phenomenal day. God bless, take care, and let's go impact this world and live life to the max. Peace out.